Hey everybody, it's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and welcome to the 46th edition of the Q&A. So, again, kind of been a while since I've done a Q&A, but I'm here now. Again, nothing really a whole lot new. I have been working my butt off, tired. A lot's been going on. We just had Thanksgiving yesterday for a lot of people. So Thanksgiving was yesterday. So first of all, I want to send a special thanks to all my fans and viewers that spend their time today watching me, send me questions in the past 45 videos of Q&As and all that great jazz. I'm thankful for that. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Me and my family and I also had great Thanksgiving. Big turkey, everything. Food was very good. So we had a great Thanksgiving. And the forest fires down here in California apparently are mostly gone now. Last time I heard, it was like a 95% of the fires have been taken care of right now down in the Paradise area. So things are looking up for us. We got a lot of rain now, which is great. That really helped everything right there with the fires there. So things are starting to look up here in California, but it's going to be a really slow rebuild and rise back. And in terms of Paradise itself, what's going to happen with that? I have no idea. If it ever does get rebuilt, it's going to take more than just a year. I'm going to tell you that it's going to might even take a decade at least, maybe over a decade, just to redo that type of thing. But other than that, things are looking. Other than that, nothing's really been going on. If you want to check out the reviews, I did two different reviews. I did the NXT War Games 2018 review, which if you've not checked the video, I highly recommend you do. I also did a Survivor Series review. I gave my score of War Games an 8.5 out of 10. Again, the reason mainly because of the first two matches. If it weren't for those first two matches, if they were better, or one of them was cut out and you just had the fourth match and given out more time, I probably would have given this a higher score. But unfortunately, short 7-second matches with one move, I'm not a fan of those type of things, but it is what it was. And the Champagnes would kind of say, unfortunately, it was a little underwhelming. Wasn't terrible, but it was definitely the weakest of the matches between those two I've seen. But the last three matches really kicked in high gear. I thought the War Games match was still a great match. I do think the first one was still better, but the second one was still great in its own way. I thought Velveteen Dream and Tommaso Ciampa was an excellent match, in my opinion, match of the night. And then you had Gargano and Aleister Black, which could easily be also a match of the night candidate, which was Brand's match of the night, and I don't blame him. That match was awesome as well. So I gave that show an 8.5. If you want more details, I recommend you go check that out. And for my Survivor Series review, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I did not like the fact they buried SmackDown at all. Like because of this, it felt like there was no point of doing this whole competition brand supremacy thing. If the whole point was just SmackDown get buried, and even on SmackDown, they didn't really do anything after they all lost. You figure like, is this maybe a storyline? Does this mean that something's going to happen? But no, nothing really happened on the SmackDown. It was really lackluster. Pretty dumb. Yeah, Brian Lesnar first time. I thought that match was pretty much an exact remake from AJ Styles match. And if you know my thoughts about that, I personally did not care for that match. Yeah, Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, which was a great match. I just didn't care for the DQ finish. I've never been a fan of DQ finishes on pay-per-view. I thought Survivor Series tag team elimination matches were just average at best. It didn't really do anything for me. I thought Nakamura Seth Rollins was a really good match, but it could have been way better. So there were some positives on that Survivor Series show. So it wasn't like it was a F- show. It wasn't even the worst pay-per-view of the year. So I want to get the record out for. But NXT, seriously, for anybody that's refusing to watch NXT, please, for the love of God, just watch NXT. Please, for the love of God, you're not going to be disappointed. NXT is awesome. I'm starting watching New Japan again, getting back into that, another World Tag Team League. They're doing that now. First time ever, I believe they said they're doing all one block, which is kind of interesting. The winners of that match get to fight for the Tag Team Championships at Wrestle Kingdom, which is New Japan's WrestleMania on January 4th, I think they said, which I'm hoping to do live reactions for that show because I have not done the New Japan live reactions since Wrestle Kingdom 9. I believe was the very first New Japan video I've ever done, and it was a live reaction. And that was when I was brand spanking new. I had no idea who any of the guys were, like Nakamura or Kota Ibushi. I had no idea who those guys were, or Naito, or anything like that. So a lot of stuff still coming. At this point, like I said there's potential. There are going to be live reactions coming up soon. Of course, Royal Rumble's coming up. You know that. Like I said, hopefully do some more NXT live reactions. I really want to do NXT live reactions so bad because I love the shit out of the show. There will be WWE live reactions, New Japan. I want to kind of branch out, do some more wrestling stuff like Lucha Underground if it comes back, and we'll want to talk about more about that. I want to talk about more about New Japan, because there's a lot of great wrestling out there. And if you're kind of getting sick of this crap, which is WWE and their booking their odd choice, there's other wrestling out there. So keep in mind, if you don't like the current product, there's tons of other wrestling back there. So out of that, that's pretty much what I've been doing, watching movies. Hanging out, Brandon. Again, Brandon's been doing great, so thank you so much for asking. With that being said, we got a Q&A here on 46th edition. We got a couple people watching right now. So again, if you have a question, come in the chat room, and then I will answer the question as truthfully and honestly as I can. Some questions might be a little trickier for me. I might have to think about, so I apologize in advance. If you have any troll questions or any questions I do not feel like answering, I will blatantly ignore them, so heads up there. So far we only got two people. First one is Will from number one. That's Scott. Doing a hi. Say, what do you think of Johnny Saints NXT UK General Manager? He's there. He's just there. Like he's not bad. He's not good. He's just there. I think the problem with him is he doesn't really have a personality. He just seems like an average size guy, an average guy, just kind of doing his own thing. That's the one thing that kind of stands him out, better for worse. He just doesn't have a personality for me. So, and honestly, he kind of just kind of sings, so maybe he'll get better. But then again, the whole thing is to make him a little bit more like a serious general manager, not this like hokey cartoonish thing. But he's just there. Honestly, it doesn't really impact NXT UK unless it's the main roster. Nothing really happens. Except for Will Regal, which I think Regal does a great job. Saint is just kind of like just flowing there, doesn't really do much. So that's kind of my brief assumption there. We got Ikad 09. I'm just gonna call you Ik 09, Ik 9, just for short. I apologize. I've gotten this person a few times here. What do you think of Daniel Bryan's new heel persona, and how different will it be? Well, like I said, I'm not too fond of heel Bryan. I've never been really a fan of heel Bryan. I always thought it was a babyface, but I understand why they did. They just felt like, and also it was kind of a good time to do it. I mean, he wasn't really getting as over as he was. He was kind of becoming bland. He wasn't becoming St. Daniel Bryan. So this kind of might help them kind of replenish him, kind of start all over with him. And now apparently he's speaking like a third person. He's just completely lost. He's insane. I think there's real potential here. Just the way he smiles, the way he talks, the way even the match with Lesnar, how he was taunting him, the way he even made his way interesting, he even crawled a little bit. Similar to Finn Balor, like something is off with him. So it's good. It's really neat, but hopefully in the next few weeks, especially going for TLC, we get some more character into him and we finally get to know more about this persona. Like, who is he talking to? Is he really just flat out insane? Or was he actually talking to somebody, like maybe Brie or something? We don't know. All we know is I am willing to give this a shot. and everything because I am willing to give Daniel Bryan a shot. I'll always be a fan of Daniel Bryan no matter what. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But me personally, I'm open with this. Let's see where it goes. So far, it's very intriguing. It's also kind of giving me one of the reasons I'll continue watching. So we'll just see what happens from there. The Yes Movement is dead. Well, for now, but keep in mind, I think in the words of a guy like Deluxeman, I think would say the best, it's not completely dead. I think this is just a short-term heel run until he starts getting momentum back, and he wants to turn babyface, so be good. So don't consider this like, oh, the Yes Movement is done. Because let's be honest, the Yes Movement, when he came back, was red hot again, but then it slowly died down until I think realized that, and Brian even realized that. So that's kind of what happened there. I would love the Yes Movement to come back, but again, this is a heel persona, two different personas, so it may be gone now, but trust me, it will be back. This is not a long-term heel turn. He's not going to be a heel for like years and years. And if anything, I agree with Deluxe when he said, pretty much saying that I can see him being a heel for at least a year, and he goes back to being babyface. Definitely, especially with when we get more NXT call-ups soon. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But Yes Movement for now is dead for heel persona Daniel Bryan now. But eventually is going to come back, whether better or for worse. Me personally, I would not care if the Yes Movement came back, as long as Daniel Bryan starts getting the reaction because Daniel Bryan that we all love. But again, like I said, I'm definitely willing to give this new Psycho Bryan a chance. So far, what he's been doing is very intriguing. Do you find Yes Chance annoying? Honestly, no, not really. They don't bother me. I know a lot of people get bothered by certain chants, like the what chants. The what chants can be annoying at certain times. The CM Punk chants can get annoying at certain times. The Yes chants don't really bother me. All that shows is that's how over Daniel Bryan is, and I respect that. And that's what I can appreciate. If you find him annoying, I don't blame you at all. I'm not going to say, oh, you're 100% wrong. I don't blame you because certain chants will get very repetitive, especially like the fans chant CM Punk. That gets annoying a while unless something deserves of it. The same thing with the what chants. The what chants can be very, very annoying most of the time. But the Yes chants for me, they don't bother me. In fact, that's one of the few chants I don't actually mind them chanting constantly. But if you find it differently, I don't blame you if you don't like it. But for me personally, I don't really mind it. In fact, I like it, but it's more like the CM Punk and what chants that kind of get to me more. What do you think besides Thanksgiving or the turkey on Thanksgiving? I mean, that's about it. I have bread and drinks, and that's about it. I mean, it was a basic Thanksgiving. It wasn't really, there wasn't really much. Really, there wasn't really a whole lot. How long do you see Dean Ambrose being a heel? That I have no idea. Honestly, I would love if he became a heel at least a few years. Because Dean Ambrose really needed his heel turn. He was one of the few people that needed a heel turn badly. And I'm already starting to like Dean Ambrose a lot more now. I really hope they get more into the psychological, like unhinged character more. And I can't wait for Seth Rollins' feud now because we have not seen a face Rollins and heel Dean Ambrose feud since FCW. I think it was back 2011. So it's been at least 8 years since we've seen these two face each other. Rollins to the face, Ambrose to the heel. But the last time we saw these guys actually feud with each other was probably 2015. 2015. If you want to count 2016 too, with the old Shield reunion thing, you can count that. But I'm talking about just solo rivalry. It was probably 2015. They did that, and that was a fun feud too. I think this feud has potential to be really good, especially if Rollins is just better at babyface, in my opinion. And Ambrose just fits better as a heel. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I like Ambrose to stay as a heel for a very long time, just until it starts to get a little Pev and he becomes a babyface. Again, but yeah. So I don't mind being a heel. I hope he stays heel at least a few years. Didn't you watch Crown Jewel? No, I was actually smart and didn't watch it. Really, the only match I really watched was Angle and Ziggler, and that match was kind of dull. I did not waste my time with that show. Like that show, I had no interest in it. One for the whole Saudi Arabia stuff, and two, the entire show just it didn't intrigue me. It never did. It was just a blatant house show. If I've heard it was worst pay per view of the year, the only thing is I don't consider it a pay per view. It was not a pay per view in my eyes. Evolution was a pay per view, but this show was just a glorified house show. So they Grace for Rumble. That is not a pay per view. I don't count that as a pay per view. That was just a special. That I consider NXT takeovers more like pay per views than Crown Jewel. And if you do count Crown Jewel as a pay per view, then it probably by far probably would be the worst pay per view ever. Just from the negative backlash I got from that, and just what I've heard, the results, I felt like that show was just a nothing show, and all it did was just piss people off. No, Laura's here. Hello. Black Friday shopping was hell, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really go out a whole lot on Black Friday because I don't shop at Black Fridays because people are psychotic idiots. They will try to kill each other over the stupidest things. And it's ridiculous. So yeah, I do not shop at Black Fridays. I usually stay away from those, especially driving on the roads on those days. The only time today I really drove was when I went to work. I came home from work. I went to Carl's Jr. and I came straight home and have not been anywhere else since. Because Black Fridays are hell. They are hell. They're crazy drivers. People in stores will literally try to kill each other over again. Like I said, dumb, stupid things. It's ridiculous. If I'm going to buy anything, I'm going to buy it from online on Black Friday. I'm not going to go to a store and buy it there because I like my life. Harry Fun 14 is here. You're darn right you are. What was your reaction when Roman Reigns got leukemia? I'm surprised you didn't do a video on your thoughts. Well, one, like I said, one thing, whether it's Roman Reigns' character or him and Jared, I got done. It got to the point where it became a cliche doing anything video related with Roman Reigns. I just didn't like, I didn't care for Roman Reigns as the character. Now, as terms of the whole leukemia thing, it did shock me, and I'm pretty much how I am with everyone else. You may hate the character, you may not like the booking of him, but as a human being, no one deserves this. And I told everybody this that I'll always never like the character. I will never respect the character. I will never like the booking of him at all. I still stand by what I said about him. Everything I said, but the person behind the character, it really is horrible that someone has to go through that. And I do wish him a speedy recovery, and I hope the guy he can make a comeback and he can recover from this, and everything goes all right, and he can come back and compete. And that is me being honest. Again, I hate the character, but as the person behind the character, I honestly hope he gets well and he makes a speedy recovery and hope he's doing fine. Thoughts on Nia Jax boo at Survivor Series? Oh, I knew it was going to happen. I was waiting for that. When that happened, I lost it. I was laughing. That was probably one of the best parts of that entire show was the crowd flat out hating Nia Jax. And that was probably one of the biggest highlights of that show was the crowd just crapping all over Nia. It was great, and she deserves it. Why wasn't AJ Styles, Kurt or Randy Orton at Survivor Series? Well, I don't know about Kurt. I think with Kurt Angle, they're built. I guess they're doing a whole story that's going to be washed up. With Randy Orton, I have no idea. And AJ Styles, I believe he was at a meeting discussing contract negotiations. So I know that's why AJ wasn't there. Plus, AJ wanted a little. You can tell AJ wanted a little break to spend time with his family, which is understandable. Kurt Angle, I think they're doing a storyline with him, trying to say he was watered down and then saying, "Oh, his career's over," when reality it's not yet. And for terms of Randy Orton, I have no idea. The Randy Orton one is the only one I really have no idea about. Keep one, fire one, push one. Renee Dupree, Rob Conway, and Martin. Oh God, I don't even. I guess I keep Renee Dupree. Oh, see, that's the thing though. Like, I was never a fan of either of them. They never did anything with me. I couldn't even do that because they never did anything for me. I never knew who was more talented. I never knew who was less boring. They're all kind of saying they're just there. They were never. In fact, I barely remember anything they do. So I honestly could not do that one. The only one I kind of know is Renee Dupree. And I guess I would push Renee Dupree. I guess keep Rob Conway and fire Mark Jindrak, I guess. Why are so many heel face turns? I have no idea. I legitimately don't know. I wish I could answer that. I don't know. How do you feel about Drew McIntyre right now? I think this is the best McIntyre's been in his entire career in WWE, whether that was currently or in the past. I like it. I hope he wins the Universal Championship one day. I'm really becoming a fan of his, and I hope he keeps up the good work. As long as he doesn't do anything stupid, that guy's going to be, by next year, that guy's going to be holding a world title. Which brand Lars Sullivan should go to? I say SmackDown. Yeah, even Jason Saw Monster agreed that he should go SmackDown. I don't know why. I just see him more of a Raw guy. I don't know. I just see a Raw guy in him. I don't know. I just feel like with the injury stuff, Raw just suffering really bad. You only have scraps, but even SmackDown's roster has some scraps. It's odd. So honestly, if it goes to SmackDown, it goes to SmackDown. If it goes to Raw, it goes to Raw. Lars is not one of my favorite wrestlers, so to me, it's just like he goes wherever he wants to go, and wait and see what happens from there. What part of California do you live in? I live in the closer Antioch area. Will they end the brand extension again and try and get rid of the Universal title? At this point, I don't know. Just I don't know what they're thinking. Doing 4-hour pay-per-views again. They're just doing 4-hour pay-per-views every show, just trying to get everyone on a show. Where all they need to do is just make their own shows, have a Raw pay-per-view, a SmackDown pay-per-view, and just make it 3 hours. And do 1 month of Raw, another month of SmackDown, and just go back and forth. And have the big 4 or 5, whatever you want to call it. I don't see what the big deal is. In terms of the Universal title, at this point, I would get rid of it. It has no lineage. Finn Balor was the first champion, and he got injured. Kevin Owens had it, and he didn't really get interesting. He was very cowardly. He was a crappy champion due to bad booking. He only got interesting during the last few weeks of his run. You have Goldberg, who only had for a month, again, part timer. You have Brock Lesnar holding, who was by far probably the worst champion in WWE history ever, period. Whether that was intentional or not, he was the worst champion. Doesn't matter. WWE champion, Universal, any type of champion, he was the worst champion. And you have Roman Reigns, who technically had the better reign, but he only had for a few months before, unfortunately, leukemia hit and he had to vacate. And now we have Lesnar that's currently champion, which God forbid we can't give it to somebody else. We can't give it to a full timer. We gotta give it back to Lesnar. So I want to say at this point, get rid of the Universal title because that title's crap. It's not appealing looking. It has a shitty freaking lineage, and the WWE title is supposed to be the title, and it's not going anywhere. Okay. I'm getting a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. Cool. Which live action Disney movie are you interested in? Aladdin or Lion King? None. Not one. I am all the how I see this is that all of this is laziness for Disney now. They take a movie that's already classic, that's a childhood icon for a lot of people, and instead of doing a different movie or coming up with something original, they just remake it into a live action bore fest. Um, when they're doing in Lion King, I'm not interested. When I saw Jumbo, it looked stupid. When I saw Pete Dragon trailer, I felt insulted. I forgot. I think they did some other movies too. Some other live action Disney movies. I can't remember. I know they're doing Dumbo. That looks dumb. I saw Lion King. That looks dumb. Alive and teaser trailer. It looked. It's probably gonna look dumb. Oh, Beauty and the Beast. That was the one that really pissed me off because Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite movies of all time. The fact they did this remake really angered me. Immensely angered me. So I say screw all the live action Disney movies. If you guys like them, enjoy them. But if I'm going to watch any Disney movies, I'm going to watch the original classics. If they make a movie called Fox and Hound, live action movie of Fox and Hound, I'm going to say, fuck that movie, and I'm just going to go watch the Fox and Hound, freaking the original classic. So that's how I see Lion King. I'll watch both the Disney versions, the original ones, but these new live action ones, I could give a fuck. About the dreams of modern day Macho Man Randy Savage. I think I guess I can see the kind of comparison why you would say that. Why do you think they want push Finn Balor? Should he go SmackDown? At this point, probably be used better on SmackDown. And as for why they're not pushing him, I think because he got injured. Because he got injured one time, bam. Bam. It's like, nope, we can't push this guy. He's injury prone. Maybe he's too small. I don't know. I would be pushing him right now. In fact, he'd probably be Universal Champion. But he's not giving a chance. I don't know why. I don't know. They try to just come out and smile all the time. And he occasionally have the demon. Cool, I guess. I don't know what they're doing with him. Did you know that Toy Story 4 and Child's Play reboot are coming out the same day? Yes, I find that hysterical. That on the same day you're getting two different toy movies. And both of them are iconic and popular in their own right. You got a sequel to one of the most memorable Pixar animated movies of all time, Toy Story. One of the best family movies you'll ever see, and it's a sequel. And then you got a reboot of a horror movie that made a lot of people afraid of dolls, including myself. Now I watch Child's Play, I find him hilarious rather than scary. But as a kid, he scared the crap out of me. So you're literally getting two different toy movies. One's child friendly, the other's a pure horror. One's about friendly toys that talk and they're all like having fun, going on adventures. You have this one, the Child's Play, which is about a killer doll that kills people. So I find it quite hilarious. Enzo's not the realest guy in the room, but is the real jackass. James Holder is a dead man walking. Oh, I know about the James Ellsworth stuff. If the whole James Ellsworth stuff ends up being fucking true, he needs to go to jail. That's no. And even if he is innocent, his career's tarnished. There's always gonna come back from this. Like this is it. No, I feel bad for Ellsworth, but holy shit! Like if he legit did this, like legitimately did this on purpose, and he knew this girl was 16. Oh fuck, he's screwed. He's going to jail. Even if he's innocent, it sucks because his career is tarnished. His wrestling career is tarnished. It doesn't matter. Innocent or not, this guy's career is tarnished. And in terms of Enzo, he's just a fucking clown. He's just a clown. He's a joke. He's a fucking joke. He went from being an embarrassment to now he's just a joke. He's just a clown. That's all he is. They did the live action Alice in Wonderland. Oh God, yes, I forgot. Oh my God, yes, they did those. Oh, those. Both those trailers made me ill. I felt like I had cancer on those. Oh God, now I can remember them. God, those look terrible. Johnny Depp is the Matt Hart. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh man, I'm getting a headache already for remembering that. The Kenny Omega were to come to WWE, should you go to NXT or do what AJ did, skip NXT, go to the main roster? AJ did. I say he needs to go to the main roster. He's one of those few guys that doesn't need NXT. And plus, with a guy of his caliber and his talents and how popular he is, he should go to the main roster. Especially the main roster could definitely use the talent. NXT's got some talent. They're still gaining talent. The main roster needs some talent, and Kenny Omega could be one of those guys that be a face of a brand. Could be one of the top faces of that brand, but no matter what brand he's on. And they could use somebody like a Kenny Omega. Trust me. If anything, Kenny Omega needs to go main roster. If he goes to NXT, I will be very surprised. In my opinion, he needs to go straight to main roster. How's Bryan doing? He's doing fine, pretty much. Kicking in there. There was nothing wrong with the first Alice in Wonderland, in my opinion. Well, that is your opinion. Just go watch the Nostalgia Critic review of it. Listen to all the details. Because that's all. I saw the trailer and it looked shit. And I saw the Nostalgia Critic review in which they actually show actual clips, and I was just baffled of, wow, I'm glad I didn't see it. I would have wasted my money. So if you liked it, great. But if I'm going to watch anything involving Alice in Wonderland, I'm going to watch the original Disney cartoon classic. That is it. There are no other versions I'm ever going to watch. You heard Ken Shamrock was going to wrestle? I did hear that. Okay. Ken Shamrock really was. He didn't really do anything for me. So if he comes back and wrestles, he comes back and wrestles. But me personally, if he comes back and wrestles, he wrestles. Again, he never did anything for me, so it's like, okay, he's back, he comes back. Punk versus Zack Sabre Jr. confirmed. I did hear about that. I forgot where this match is happening, but the fact it's not happening in New Japan or anywhere like WWE or anything, it's a crime. God, that match is going to be amazing. If I could somehow watch that match, I would drag Brandon. Brandon would just watch that match. That match sounds excellent. Just excellent. Why are people hating on Johnny Depp already? He's a good actor, 21 Jump Street, Edward Scissorhands, Captain Jack Sparrow, only one of my favorite actors. I'm not saying Johnny Depp's a bad actor, but recently he hasn't really been doing much, and there's certain roles that he should not play. Like Jesse Eisenberg. People like Jesse Eisenberg, but there's some things that he should not be doing, like Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman was one of the worst casting choices you ever do. Johnny Depp was the same thing. I never saw him as the Mad Hatter. I just saw him as Johnny Depp with a bunch of weird makeup on. So I'm not saying he's a bad actor. He's done some good movies, but I would even say it's like Mike Myers. Let's be honest, Mike Myers now he's dull. He doesn't do anything. Back in the day, oh, it was funny with like Austin Powers and Shrek and stuff like that and Wayne's World, but today it's just he doesn't do anything for me. I'm not saying he's a bad actor, but just now it feels like he's losing a little bit of passion. He's just there for a paycheck. I just want to see Pac versus Kenny Omega. Oh, don't get me started. Oh, I really want to see Pac and Ospreay. Oh, Pac. There's so many matches. I wish Pac was signed with New Japan. God, they would. I would. They would. I would love to see him in New Japan. So bad. So bad. Who's Pac? Pac is Neville. Former WWE superstar Neville. Pac was his original name outside WWE before it came to WWE. So when you say Pac, it's Neville. That was Neville's name before he went to WWE. Was Pac. Pac versus Kobushi, shove it, take my money. Oh, you're damn right. You are damn right. Shove it, take my money for that one. I would kill for that match. Kill to see Neville and Kobushi. Oh my god. That would be great. That would be great. In my opinion, I don't think Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, or Shinsuke Nakamura should have joined NXT first. These guys are veterans. If they joined the main roster, you think they would have been booked better? Well, you're talking about the main roster here. Unless they're big, sway men, that's slim to none. I mean, Samoa Joe, they've been booking well until the injuries happen, and they just haven't put the time. Bobby Roode's a freaking joke. Like he came in as a babyface, which was already a mistake, and Nakamura just barely done anything as United States champion. So maybe they would have been better. I have no idea. War Games was amazing. Are you talking about the actual show itself, or are you talking about the match? Because the show itself was great, and the match itself was also great. So yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the show in general. And if that's the case, then I agree with you. Which finisher would you take? A Stone Cold Stunner or I'd probably take a Rock Bottom. Just be it looked like it seems to be a lot safer. All right, keep answering your questions, and I'll be back in just a sec. All right, guys, I'm back. I just had to do something very quick. All right, so let's see. If you watched WCW back in the day, who would you say would be your favorite wrestler? I never watched WCW, so I couldn't answer that. I think people are defending Nia for hurting Becky. I'm okay. I'm like, okay, wait, for her to hurt Vince's daughter, then defend her. Okay, I think I understand where you're coming from. It got a little bit mixed up in that message. It didn't really make sense, but I understand where you're coming from, how they're defending her. I agree. Like, it's one thing if Nia was calling him out and she accidentally did back elbow to the face, that would be a reaction. It happens. Stuff like that happens and it's an accident. But she blatantly turned around and punched her straight in the face. If you can't do a proper fake punch, you need to go back to developmental. That's one of the basic things you learn. And that's what pisses me off even more is people forgetting that she's also injured tons of other people. She's injured Beasley twice. I heard she's been injured. She's injured Sasha before. She gave Zelina Vega a concussion, apparently. She's injured Alexa Bliss. She almost killed Charlotte. And what's worse, she gave Becky Lynch a concussion, who happens to be the hottest thing on the roster at this point. On the main roster, period. In my opinion, probably the best thing on the main roster. The main roster, period. It sucks. So yeah, it's stupid. Are you going to watch Starkey on Sunday? Unless they made a house show and now it's going to be full on network. More than likely, because I probably won't have anything better to do. I'll probably watch Creed. And I don't know, is Starkey just an hour long or is it a few hours? I don't know how long it's even going to be. So, more like I'll still watch it, depending. Any underrated other theme songs? Gallows and Anderson's theme. Current theme in WWE. I think that's extremely underrated. I love that song. I like Dana Brooks' theme. I think that's very underrated too. I gotta think about that one. I know there's a few other themes that I really do like too. Are you interested in Captain Marvel? I'm gonna go see it. I'm a Marvel fan. Even though I don't know much about Captain Marvel, I'll still go see it. So I'm not as like pumped up as a. I'm not like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see this movie. I'm more like, all right, I'll give it a watch type of thing. Do you live by yourself or roommates? It's weird. I'm living at my parents' place right now, but I do have my own place where I do have roommates. I'm just not currently living at my own house. I'm just living with my parents. Um, and eventually I will move in to my own place where I do have roommates. So yes and no to your answer. It's kind of hard to get excited for a match if the fans are so quiet. For example, Rollins and Nakamura and Survivor Series, what if that was on NXT? Although it was on NXT, the crowd would have been electric. Crowd would have been electric. And it sucks because I hate saying this, but people that don't watch NXT really are missing out. They really are. When they constantly complain about the main roster, I hate using this person as example because this person just commented. I always hate using this guy as a bad example, but kind of puts himself in there like guys like Fafa Fui, who watch only main roster WWE and think everything else is just not worth the time. It's just crap like NXT. They really don't know what they're talking about. It's like, do you even watch NXT? Do you even watch the product? Do you watch NXT? Because everyone else has said NXT is better. And it sucks because a lot of people don't watch NXT and they should be. NXT is what WWE should be. And Rollins and Nakamura on paper sounds like an excellent match. But again, it's the main roster, and again, the crowd was they were pretty average on the crowd. It wasn't 100% quiet, and it was a good match. But we know they can have a better match. And I think on NXT they would have killed it hands down. So that's kind of a rant on its own. Like people seriously need to watch NXT more. And if they don't watch NXT, I feel sorry for them. And if they don't like it, I feel bad for them. I really do. Sorry, Fafa Fui. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but it's a fact. Would you rather go? Oh, would you rather go Wrestle Kingdom or NXT Takeover? Oh, okay. What would I rather go? I probably probably NXT Takeover because I've yet to go to NXT Takeover, but I would love to go to Wrestle Kingdom one day. But the problem is it's all the way in Japan, all the way in Japan. So probably NXT Takeover first. Some people don't watch NXT because they can't grow into it. I don't blame them. I guess you could call it the Vince McMahon syndrome. What I mean by that is they're so used to the past. They're so used to the past of how things were that anything that's new, it just doesn't gravitate towards them. It just doesn't. It's just it doesn't please them. They just think they're a bunch of vanilla midgets that shouldn't be the headliners. And no matter how good the stories are, the characters, they don't give two fucks about the wrestling. They want the big sway man. They want the Attitude Era back. And they grew up on that era. And, I don't blame them. But as a species, we need to evolve. And NXT is amazing. New Japan is fucking great. I love New Japan. Lucha Underground is fun. What bothers me is when people bitch about WWE main roster and how saying it sucks. I keep saying the same thing. Go watch NXT. It's the same thing with people like the Smart Busters. They always bitch about WWE every fucking day. And they refuse to watch NXT because it's the same excuse. It's just indie wrestling. And like I said before, I say again, some of the biggest names came from the goddamn independents. Eddie Guerrero wrestled in Ring of Honor. Chris Benoit wrestled on the independents. Jericho made a name for himself on the independents. And that's what bothers me. That's why I get such a pet peeve about is they just go, oh, it's independent. It's obviously just vanilla matches. It's shit. And it's like, if it weren't for the independent, some of these names we would have just won't exist. I don't get it. I don't get them, but it's their opinion. If they can't get to NXT, well, that's their own fault. That's on them. That's not on you. That's not on me. We try. If they don't want to watch NXT, if they don't want to spend time to actually watch something fucking good, well, they have the right not to. They can just continue watching crap and then just complain about it. And meanwhile, everyone else will enjoy other products, wrestling stuff, and we'd be happy. It's on them. If they don't like NXT or New Japan or anything outside that, that's fine. You don't have to watch it, but it's their loss. You just die or NXT. Oh, at this point, probably NXT. NXT is just an almost perfect show. Really, it really is. If I had to choose, I would have NXT just completely take over WWE. And yes, I agree with WWE. No matter what, I'll always be a fan. But WWE has pissed me off so much that when I watch NXT, it's just a breath of fresh air. If you're talking about like legitimately what's better, it's NXT by far. But WWE, sadly, I would continue watching it because it's really hard not to watch. And there's still stuff on there that's actually really good. If it was 100% garbage, I would not be watching it. Who do you think would beat Buddy Murphy for a Cruiserweight title? I don't know. I would like Mustafa Ali probably be the one, but I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. If you can meet one past wrestler, who would it be? Probably Christian. Between Christian and Mick Foley for sure. One of those two. More anything. Imagine Pac versus Okada. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. What's the oldest match in the past you've watched in? Wait, what's the oldest match in the past have you watched, if you know? Okay, I'm trying to rephrase it. I think what you're asking is, what's the oldest match I've ever seen? I think it's what you're trying to say. Oh, maybe Shawn and Bret Hart, the Iron Man match? Probably. I really don't really watch the Golden Era stuff. I really don't. I just grew up. I don't. It doesn't interest me. It's just not my thing. I know I had a big part of wrestling, but I never really got into the Golden Era. Just never really gotten there. Were you too young during the Attitude Era? Oh, no. I grew up when there's Red Hot, but the problem was I wasn't allowed to watch it. So all the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era stuff and Monday Night War stuff, I wasn't able to watch. All that time, I could not watch it. I was banned from watching wrestling for years. So I never got to experience all the stuff you guys witnessed when you first watched it. I had to go and do my history and go on the network, go on YouTube, and watch clips of stuff like that on YouTube to kind of understand. So, yeah, that's what happened. Will they ever be as good as NXT? Do you think? If they get good enough writers, WWE has the roster. They have the talent. They just need the right team. And Vince McMahon needs to either retire or get his head out of his ass. Plain and simple. WWE has potential to be fucking great. Even has potential to be better than NXT. It doesn't have to always be NXT's better than WWE. It doesn't have to be. And at this point, it doesn't matter if WWE's better than NXT or NXT's better than WWE. I just want WWE to put on good shows. Put on good product. We're not asking for much. We're not saying put on an NXT classic show or put on New Japan classic show. No. Just put on a good show. Raw, SmackDowns, pay-per-views. Just put on good shows. And then we wouldn't complain as much. That's my problem. A lot of stuff ain't good. Think about this year. The only good pay-per-views was Money in the Bank, but even then, Money in the Bank still has flaws. So far, Evolution, in my opinion, was the best pay-per-view this year. Every other pay-per-view was either below average or shit. This has been one of the worst years for WWE in terms of pay-per-views. I said, besides Money in the Bank and Evolution, so far anyway, pay-per-views of this year's been garbage. Terrible. Raws have been torture. SmackDowns have been a hit and miss at times. I'll say recently now they've been more solid now. And so the NXT just continues to grow. There's never been a bad NXT show, and that's why I praise it. There's yet to be a bad NXT show. WWE, it seems like they do the opposite. There's like most of the time there's always going to be a bad show. And it sucks because you look at some of these matches and they have potential and they screw it up. They have all the tools to have a good show and they refuse to do it. It's weird. Only watch this WWE to be a good show. Don't be better than all your competition. Just be good. Just be good. Have people talk about your product. Have people say, wow, did you watch that pay-per-view? That was a fun show, right? Did you see that match? Wow, that was an excellent match. I just want people to have fun watching WWE. And yeah, not everyone's going to be excited with the product. There's always going to be somebody bitches complains about. You're not going to please everybody. I get that. But try to please the majority of the crowd. Try to please the majority of them. I just want a good show. Plain simple. I just want to watch a show. After the show or the episode, I just walk back and go, you know what? That was a good show. I had fun. That's all I want. Not asking for much. The only reason Nia's gained this push is because she's The Rock's cousin and she doesn't get her way. She cries to Dwayne and Kid The Rock like she did with her Sasha Banks match at TLC. I actually forgot about that one. Yeah, and also the fact, keep in mind, she's also related to Roman Reigns. Just that might have something to do with it too. And it really sucks, yeah. Raw, SmackDown, which is less PG to you? They're both PG. They're legit both PG. Now, if you're asking me what was a better show, I say SmackDown hands down, but PG, they're the same PG. It's nothing's different. Should they do a WWE versus NXT pay-per-view? I watched that in a heartbeat. Hell yeah. With the proper build, I've always been a big fan of like promotions or evasion brand types. I've always been a fan of those. Love to do that. ROH or NXT, not even close. Thoughts on the Page movie? The one is The Rock doing. I'm definitely interested in seeing that one. So yeah, fine with my family. I am definitely curious to see how that goes. I'm definitely gonna go check that one out. I've always been a SmackDown guy. Yep, me too. Hands down, I've been a SmackDown guy too. Always been. I still say the best years of Raw and SmackDown were from 2002 to 2005. In my opinion, were I'll say maybe 2002, 2003 were the best years. But from 2002 to 2005 were those years of Raw and SmackDown that actually were on fire, in my opinion. Those were the days I believe were the best. All right, let's see. How long has this video been? see. Oh, almost an hour. So I'll probably answer a few more questions and I'll end this off. See, you heard Stone Cold probably stopped drinking. I heard that was a rumor killer. Doesn't bother me a whole lot. Is what it is. The gold years of WWE. Oh, sorry about that. My microphone went off. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, Golden Years 2002, 2005 back at WWE was fun. I agree. That was the heart of Ruthless Aggression era, and Ruthless Aggression era was my year. That was my era. I don't care what anybody says. Ruthless Aggression era was the best years in my opinion because it had a blend of attitude, but also it had a little bit of the attitude, but it had great wrestling involved. But again, not everything Ruthless Aggression era was perfect. There was a lot of problems with it. Trust me, we all know about like the K Vic stuff. But if I had to pick an era, Ruthless Aggression era would be my favorite. And it sucks because we get plenty of Attitude Era DVDs, but no Ruthless Aggression Era DVDs. The day they come with those, I'll buy those. Thoughts on the winner of the Mixed Match Challenge getting number 30 spot in the Rumble matches? I guess that's something to kind of look forward to, but it is what it is. I mean, at least they're trying to add some spice into it. Would you rather take Caitlyn or take a Josephine from Kate? Oh, Caitlyn, not even close. Have you seen Caitlyn now, man? Yeah, Ponte Caitlyn Instagram roasted Enzo. I heard that I heard Pac revealed that the main reason he left WWE was because of the push with Enzo, which was the rumor for a long time. That was the final straw for Neville that caused him to leave was because of pushing Enzo. If only he was stuck around the last few months and didn't leave, he probably would stay WWE still after Enzo got fired, rightfully so. But yeah, I guess I'll just end this off now. It's been over an hour. So again, thank you so much for sending me your questions. In terms of next videos, I don't know what the next video is going to be. I'll give you more information later on. Have to wait and see what happens. But again, thank you for so much sending me your questions in the chat. I gotta go. Take care, peeps. Have a good night. Have a happy Black Friday. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And I will talk to you guys later.